Right, I'm going to turn my video on. Hello everyone, I hope you can see me. Simon can't make it this week, so it's Father Christmas here, Santa. Santa's here instead. I really like Peachfolio as well. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's okay. So just to start off, so what normally happens is that I talk for a little bit about what we're doing. I'm going to take this silly, this ridiculous. Yes, sorry, it is actually Simon. Sorry for those who were thinking it really was Santa. I apologize. It's just me. What I normally do is have a chat about what we've been doing recently over the last week or two, what we're going to be doing hopefully over the next few weeks. Give you a bit of an update on certain aspects of the project, and then you have the chance to have a chat. You can ask me any questions you want, or if you either in here on voice if you want, or if you want to type a question into Telegram, that's absolutely fine. We can have a look at them, and hopefully I can answer them then. For those who have never been here before and this is your first time with us, you're very, very welcome. It's great to have you here. As I said, I know this is obviously the lead up to Christmas for many of us, so it is a busy week for people with families and trying to get things ready for the weekend. So I really appreciate anybody taking the time out to join me this week. Just to make this aware, again, for those who have not been here before, this is being recorded. I always would share this into our Telegram once we're finished, and also usually I try and get it uploaded onto YouTube. So just bear that in mind. If you are going to speak, if you want to ask me a question or whatever, you're going to get recorded. Okay, just to bear that in mind. So hopefully that's okay. You don't mind. Anyway, yes. So here we are. So for those who don't know, I'm Simon. I am part of the Peachfolio team. I'm feeling very festive this week, as you can probably gather. I'm very much looking forward to Christmas and so on. Although I haven't wrapped any presents yet, but I'll deal with that similar time. I do have wine, so we're all in the Christmas spirit and we're flying. So there's a few things to go through today, some of which you're probably already aware of, and you'll maybe have seen some of the announcements over the past few days and last week or so. And we've had a few interesting things that we've put out there in the last week. Obviously, the first one, which hopefully you all saw, was the NFTs that we created and minted and got them out through our partners at howdoi.com. So that's been great. It's been really received very well. Our top 3 tiers sold out, which is fantastic. And in fact, I think they're being resold at the minute, so they're out in the open market now. So if you're interested in that, you have the opportunity to buy them. The top tier auction is ending later tonight, I think. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I know there's a few people in there have been bidding on that, which is great. And for those who aren't aware, these NFTs do have a bit of utility with them, particularly in the higher tiers, the gold and the diamond tiers and the bronze tiers. If you buy them, it gives you access to that tier within our ecosystem for our app and also the PeachHub and so on. So it's great, and also the sort of the basic level tier gives you like a lottery ticket essentially, so that you have the chance possibly to win a diamond tier membership as well through that. So it's been great. I mean, you're never really sure how these things are going to go, and we've been really pleased with how it's gone. It's also given us quite a lot of exposure as well. We've got quite a lot of new members have come in on the back of it who are interested in NFTs, and obviously that's their thing. So it's got people wanting to know a little bit more about what we do, and that's great, and that's the whole point of the thing. But yeah, so that's been good, and we might look to do more of that in the future. There might be some surprises coming up maybe over the next few weeks. We don't know. We'll see. As you know, probably if you were here last week, you'll certainly know the big news last week was the work that we have been doing with Polygon. That is ongoing. Still lots of discussions going on with them, and it's going great. We're really excited about it. We're looking at sort of a strategic partnership with Polygon, and one of the things that we're looking at the minute, obviously we have the PeachHub coming in the next few weeks, and whenever we release that, I suppose at the minute we're debating, should we push it out first and then integrate Polygon within it, or should we integrate Polygon within it as it releases? Now obviously there's certain complications to doing that, and it's something that we're looking at and discussing as a team as to what we think is the best way forward. So we'll hopefully be making an announcement on that maybe in the next week or so. We just need to do a little bit more thinking and planning as a team as to what we think is the best way forward. But as we had said last week, we are going to have integration of Polygon in the same way that we have with Ethereum and BNB Smart Chain, within not only the Peachfolio app, but also in the PeachHub, which is coming very, very soon. We're all very excited about the PeachHub and the launch and all the different things that's going to bring. So it's great. It's going to be a really, really interesting and hopefully fun next few weeks. There's a lot of work for us, I have to say. We're working very, very hard behind the scenes, as you can imagine, developing the hub and trying to get other things in place just generally, I suppose, regarding marketing and partnerships and all that sort of thing. So a lot of work going on at the minute. We're pushing really hard. Obviously, the launch of the hub, which will be sort of early January, mid-January, it's going to be a big thing for us and the project. So we want to get it right. We want to make sure that when it comes out, people like it and are impressed by it and can use it in the way they want to use it. And obviously, if we can maybe integrate Polygon in there very quickly, that will also be a huge benefit to us. And it'll be a brand new market as well for us to explore and hopefully get a lot of new Polygon and MATIC members into the group and interested in the ecosystem that we're making, and also in the token, the Peach token, because the Peach token will be required for a lot of the features going forward. So, and that's always been our plan, and we're just working towards that. So as I've said many times before, we're a utility project. The utility comes from the products that we make, but also the integration that we have with the Peach token, PCHF token. So the more features that we develop, the more products that we make, the more utility the token gets. And hopefully the more valuable the token will become, and more interested people will be in getting it and holding it. So that's the plan, and certainly that's what we're working towards. We are working on an app update for the Peachfolio app. That's going to be out before the end of this year, so that's really in the next week or two. So that's going to be great. Our dev team's working very hard at the minute. There's going to be a few little tweaks to the app. There's going to be some bug fixes. I know there's been some bugs over the last few months have been identified by the community, some of which have already been dealt with, but there's other ones that we're still sort of working on. So we're hoping that we'll be able to squash the majority of the bugs in this next update. We'll also have some sort of quality of life updates that we're working on, and also the improved user interface is going to come in. You should see that. But also the big news, I suppose, for the app that I'm going to announce today is that our next update will also include live charts in the app for the very first time. So that's going to be brilliant. That's something that the community have asked for a very long time, is to have live charting there. So our next update will have that. And obviously, when the PeachHub comes out, It's obviously going to have live charting and things like that as well. But this will be the first time that the Peachfolio app is going to have live charting, so we're really looking forward to that. And I suppose one very important thing, oh sorry, I should say that's going to be out next week. So it should be out hopefully in time for next week's AMA, which is next Wednesday. So stay tuned for the update. It should be a really good one. And linked to the update, I suppose, is a very important message. And we will be communicating this to all our users, but it is very important that people are aware of this. As of the 26th of December, so that's 4 days from now, you're going to need to make sure that you have the most up-to-date version of the Peachfolio app on your phone, because older versions we're basically not going to support anymore. So anything before version 3.2.1 will be redundant, essentially. So I would encourage anyone who has not already updated the app to please do so as soon as possible. And obviously, we will be communicating that widely on our socials and so on. And I would imagine we'll probably put a notification out maybe on the app just to help people be aware of that, because I know there's still actually quite a lot of people are still using older versions of the app. So we want obviously to ensure that they get the best service and the best quality of user interface and experience that they can have, and they'll get that with the new version of the app. So that's very, very important. Another thing that you probably will have seen in the last week is that we had a really great competition that we ran between Rainbow and CumRocket, and that was to see if we could engage with their communities, and they both have very big and very active communities, very supportive communities. We wanted to engage with their communities just to see if we could get them to vote or help us decide which of those projects we would integrate the tracking, the reward tracking, which is, we have it in our contract, in that if you hold Peach token for any length of time, the transaction fees that there are as people buy and sell, every holder gets a share of that. So automatically, the more you hold, the more PCHF token you receive. And obviously in our app, the Peachfolio app, you can already track the reflections for our own token, also UltraSafe as well, Safe Planet Earth, and we wanted, I suppose this is potentially quite a really useful thing for people to have, and it's something that communities really would benefit from. So it got really good engagement, and I think Rainbow won it in the end. So congratulations to the Rainbow community, who are actually maybe a little bit smaller than the CumRocket community, but they're obviously really engaged and got really interested in it, and they really pushed it hard. So we got a lot of new followers on Twitter, and we got some extra people on our Telegram. It was really good for our project in terms of engagement generally, brand awareness, and things like that, which are really important. And that's what we're aiming for. It's organic growth we're going for through brand awareness and product development, and that these things are very helpful for that. So it was a really good competition, and as I say, congratulations to Rainbow for winning that. Let me just quickly see what else we have here. Yes, so I think, oh yes, the next thing, sorry, I nearly forgot. We actually just announced earlier today, and that's a new partnership, and that's with a project called LaunchBlock. Now, LaunchBlock are a brand new project. We've been talking with them for a number of weeks. They're a very interesting project. They've got a huge amount of backing, financial backing, from venture capitalists and We expect them to be very successful and very big. So we're really excited about this partnership. This is one of the things that we do, I suppose, that you guys maybe don't see, because it's all behind the scenes. There's lots of discussions going on all the time, with us reaching out to new groups and for groups reaching out to us, looking for potential partnerships that we can broker. And some of them we don't think are great for us and we don't go ahead with them, but others we get really excited about, and we work very hard to try and make them work. So LaunchBlock was one of those. So we've talked with the team, as I say, for a few weeks. We believe that they're going to be very successful. We feel that they're going to go very far. It's a launchpad type project. As I say, they've got a huge amount of backing, and a lot of very good, experienced people behind them. So we're very confident that they'll do well. And with this partnership, there's a lot of opportunity for us to, I suppose, link in not only with them, but also successful launches that they have as part of their project. So, I mean, I think their first project that they're launching is something called eFun, which is like a games sort of NFT and gambling sort of project. And it seems to be very interesting. And the great thing about linking into a launchpad like this is you potentially have access to new projects as they come out. And obviously we have different promotional things that we can offer projects, not only for them to get some promotion within our ecosystem, but also it exposes us to their community. So if you get very popular, really good, exciting new projects launching on the likes of LaunchBlock, and we're partnered with LaunchBlock, then it gives us access to these projects at the very early stage. And that means we can get in there and discuss with them certain promotional options with us. So I think as they grow, and hopefully they'll do well, on the back of it, it will give us a huge amount of opportunities to grow our brand, but also to hopefully attract new investment and new people into our own group, our own community. So we're excited about it. I mean, it's the early stages. They're really just launching. I think they just had their private sale in the last week or so. So it'll probably be sort of mid-January, I think they're due to launch. But as I say, there's a lot of very good people behind it, with lots of very high-level connections and so on. So we're hopeful it will be a very positive move for us. And as you probably know, I mean, we're always looking out for different opportunities to grow not only our project, but try and reach out to other projects to see if we can help each other. And this is a great example of that. And since the life, or since we started this project, the Peachfolio project, sort of last June, about 6 months, we've had numerous sort of partnerships and business arrangements that we've had with other groups and projects. And I like to think that it's been successful and it's done what we wanted it to do. So it's something that we will continue to try and look for and grow in the future. So that's really the main things I wanted to discuss today. Maybe a little bit shorter today just because it's Christmas. So what I'll do is, if anybody wants to ask me a question, you're very, very welcome to do so. I'll also have a quick look on Telegram to see if there are any questions on a Telegram. So I'll quickly look there now. Right, let me see. KKKK, will I be able to use chart indicators pre-programmed API? I'll need to check with the dev team on that. I suspect at the minute the answer will be no within the app, probably. But certainly when the PeachHub launches, we'll hopefully be integrating a lot of different technical analysis that you could use. I know that's something that we're planning in the future. I'd need to speak to the dev team to give you a precise update on that and on where we are with the progress of that. But at the minute, the live charting is going to come in on the new update on the Peachfolio app. But I don't think there's going to be indicators and things like that at the minute within the app. But hopefully in the future we'll be able to integrate things like that. Let me just have a quick look. XYZ has asked, is it possible that we will have a brief text summary of the AMA? Not everyone here is English speaking. It's difficult to understand some of the important context. That's a good point. I know I sometimes speak quite quickly, and obviously I have an accent, which sometimes can be difficult to pick out, especially if you're not from an English speaking country. So yes, I'll try and do that. I'll maybe do a little a roundup or summary, as you say, and I'll post that when I post the video of this. So I will do that, and I'll try and remember to do that every week, because that's a very good point. And we do have a multicultural worldwide community, which we're very, very proud of. So yeah, we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to hear what we're doing. So that's a very good idea. Let me see, any other questions? Peachy Mark, have you thought about sneak peeks through the AMA live showing screenshots, PeachHub quick video? Yes. Yes, we have. And that's what we will be doing hopefully over the next few weeks. Once we have more content, I suppose, to share with people on the PeachHub and things like that. The AMA is the most obvious place to do it. And certainly if you're tuning into the AMA, it's only right that you get the chance to see things first before anyone else. So yes, we will look to do that. And then obviously we'll share things on our socials and so on afterwards. Okay, so Mo Dre. Hi Simon, will MATIC be launched alongside the hub in mid-January or weeks later? So as I said earlier, that is something we're currently discussing as a team, actually. We probably will have confirmation next week of how that's going to work. I know initially we had thought probably what we would do is launch the hub first without the integration of Polygon, but then a couple of weeks later get the integration in. But we're looking at that and we're thinking, I wonder if that is the right way to do it, you know. So it's possible we may look at things and tweak things a little bit so that Polygon integration happens on the launch of the hub. But we haven't quite decided yet what's the best way for us to do it. So we will let you know as soon as possible. But I suppose worst case scenario, it'll be sort of the end of January probably, when you'll get the Polygon integration. But as I say, we're looking at that. So let me just keep scrolling. Yeah, I can see somebody's asked about integrating multiple languages, and they've already been pointed out. We actually do have 11 different languages already within the app, which is great. It's one of the first things we did actually in one of the early updates, because we really wanted to make it as accessible as possible to everybody around the world. Now, obviously, there's a lot more languages out there that we don't yet have, and that's something we may look to improve on in the next few months. And that's quite a good idea there, Peachy Mark. Maybe put it on the start screen saying languages can be changed in the setting. That's not a bad idea. You know, it's possible that there are people out there who just haven't realized that you can actually change the language settings, and obviously that's a pretty big deal. If you don't speak English, you'll want to be able to do that. So we will look at that, yes. So thank you for that suggestion. Yeah. Is there anybody in the chat who wants to say anything or ask me anything? You're very welcome, but do bear in mind you're being recorded, of course. But if not, please just put a little question into the Telegram. I feel like I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to drink more wine. Excuse me. So if there's no more questions, that's fine. can go and make my dinner. Peachy Mark, one day I'll speak in the Telegram. I hope you do. I'm sure you've got a lovely voice. You've got probably a much nicer voice than I have. And I look forward to talking to you then, the day you do. Next week, obviously Christmas and everything will have been over for everybody who celebrates Christmas. I know not everybody does, of course. Peachy Mark says he's made for doing ASMR. That's lovely. We can put everyone to sleep then, Mark. Between you and me, we'll have a great job. We'll probably make some money, maybe making ASMR videos, who knows. Next week, we're hoping to have more members of the team on, so you don't have to just look at me the entire time and listen to my boring voice. So we're working on that at the minute. Obviously, very busy period for everyone with families and Christmas and so on. So we're going to want a bit of a break from all this, just for looking after the family, to make sure none of us get divorced, essentially, and so on, and that any children that we have remember what we look like, which is very important as well. So we're really looking forward to a bit of time off over Christmas, and then next week, as I say, hopefully we'll have a few more members of the team on, which would be great. And we'll maybe have a little event, and I'll ask them some questions, and you can learn a little bit more about them. And also you'll be free to ask them any questions you wish. Yes, so Mark has asked again, when one-off special Christmas Peach? And I see Dave has already said, watch this space. You never know what might happen. There may already be special NFTs, Christmas specials coming. Who knows? There could be a surprise or two coming. So watch this space, as Dave says, is quite right. But yes, look, we'll leave it at that for today. All I can say is thank you so much to everyone who has supported this up until now. We really appreciate it. We think we've got a fantastic community. Always give us really positive feedback, and we love to listen to that and hopefully integrate things that people ask us for within our app and within the ecosystem. And obviously, for those of you who celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a very happy and safe Christmas. Unfortunately, obviously, we've got a new COVID variant, Omicron, which seems very, very, very easy to get at the minute. So I hope everyone stays safe and doesn't get it, and is able to spend time with their families. And yeah, so I'll see you next week. And as I say, hopefully we'll get more people on the chat from the team and so on, which would be great to have. It can be quite lonely here on my own, I have to say. So it'd be nice to have other team members here. And yeah, thank you so much again for all your support. Really appreciate it. And yeah, so I'm going to turn off the recording.